Hello everyone, it's Marshall here once again, and today I'm bringing you a 2v2 on, I believe, the lowlands map. I can never remember the map names on this game. But once again, I will be rushing. I'll be using lots of katana samurai and lone swords, Yari Ashigaru. I think I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 lone sword, and about 4 katana, 1 Odachi, and then a bunch of monk cav, katana cav, and Yari cav, and then I have my meat shield of Yari Ashigaru. Over to my right, since this is a 2v2, I have AggonyPariya, who has a mixture of lone swords and Yari Ashigaru and a big blob here, and his cav here, which is Great Guard, monk cav, and Yari cav. We are facing opponents from the V and H clan. I'm not exactly sure what clan that is. People are probably going to get mad at me for that, but I don't really care. And Enzo Finn is the blue opponent, and the black opponent is more green. Not exactly sure. So our basic plan on this map, we basically do the same thing every time. Especially if we're taking a rush build. We can't go straight up the middle, obviously, because we don't want to cross the river and have to deal with being shot, especially if we have a rush build, because that will be a pain for us. And since we move slow in the river, we'll get shot a lot easier, and we want to close with our enemy as fast as possible, but avoid getting shot. So it's similar to last time. So I know my blue opponent is hiding something in the forest here, because he obviously has his general here, and he's obviously trying to bait me into something. So I'm going to move forward with 1 monk cav just to spot out what he has, and if it turns out that he has a forest here to guard his general, then I'll run away, because it's not worth losing my general over. So as soon as I charge in there, I see a Yari cav that's upgraded a bit, and I realize I will not win that fight, especially with being shot at and with his general there for morale, so I'm not going to engage there. However, Pariya starts to move his cav over to our left flank, and I begin to set up my formation here in the woods, and our plan is for me to push up through the woods and go down into them while Pariya strikes with his cav, and then Pariya will reinforce with his infantry. As you can see here, Pariya is moving his army, and I'm setting up my army in the woods. This will avoid me being shot at, and since we're working in sync here, hopefully we can get a decisive strike. Meanwhile, I've left a unit of monk cav, which I always tend to do, back in the woods here. It's just something I like to do, keep a unit of cav in reserve hidden somewhere, so they don't know when it's going to strike or where it is, and I can generally hit my army, my opponent from behind. So Pariya is starting to move his units to our opponent's flank, all his cav, and our opponent only has 1 Yari Ashigaru there defending that. Now he's moving to second, but that still won't be able to hold against the charge of all that cav if it were to happen. But yeah, we're starting to move up. I'm going to, I believe I do a charge with my Yari cav here. Yeah, I charge up my Yari cav here just to distract and make him move some of his units around. And I move down, I can't exactly remember, and then I just pull back once I get him to move his spears a bit. This allows Pariya to move in with some of his cav now that Enzo Finn's spear units are out of position due to my cav maneuvering. So he's able to strike with his cav, which leads Enzo Finn to become disoriented. Sorry about the phone. Which leads Enzo Finn to become disoriented, so Pariya can move in on his flank and hit his swords and spears. Meanwhile, I'm starting to move in with my cav and hitting these spears that aren't those swords that aren't defended by spears. So Pariya's made a decisive strike here. He's hitting the cav from behind, and now I'm moving up to reinforce and continue this assault here. My cav is still hidden over there. They are taking the dojo, the sword dojo, but that doesn't really matter at this point, because Enzo Finn's army is about to mass raid. As you can see here, it's being a broken piecemeal, and now I'm starting to move in and reinforce Pariya, although my cav has done some significant damage to his swords here, which is holding up his swords from engaging Pariya's swords, which are slaughtering the majority of Enzo Finn's army. So now my cav is finally able to engage in the fight, the rest of my cav that is, and my infantry arrives on the field. My hidden unit of monk cav is now coming around to hit some of these bows here. Meanwhile, Pariya's, I never saw this, Pariya's Yari Ashigaru, I think are going to be able to catch them on cav. back to the battlefield here. I'm moving in with all my swords and spears, so just by sheer numbers and strength, we'll be able to push through what remains of Enzo Finn, and then hopefully engage, what's his name? More Green. I'm able to hit his matchlocks that are shooting into our blob from behind with my hidden monk cav, and then I'm able to kill some bow monks. So I'm getting rid of all his missiles, so we can win this fight here in the center, and we achieve a breakthrough right here in the center, and we're able to push on into his missile line. All of More Green and Enzo Finn's swords are pretty much dead at this point. We've broken the left flank as well. We're killing what remains of his cavalry, and basically all that's left of our opponent's armies are their missile contingent and a bit of spears on the right flank, but they will surely break once we break through the rest of, there we go, as you can see, his entire center and right flank, well, our right flank, has pushed through his, and it's just a matter of time now before we're able to achieve victory. And here I'm able to finally engage his heavy gunners with my Nodachi, and this should be a quick fight for my Nodachi. Can't not stand heavy gunners. That makes me happy to see that. I'm getting massacred by my Nodachi. And this battle is pretty much wrapping up and over. That unit of cav that the monk cav was able to get pinned by the Yari Ashigaru back there. Katana cav there is dying. Finishing off More Green's general, my House of Dorne, Game of Thrones, Song of Ice and Fire reference right there. If you follow that, I'll be proud of you. Yeah, and now his general is slowly being whittled down, massacred. I think that's him right there. Get out of the way, I'm trying to get a cinematic view. There he is. And we lose connection here, and that's the end of the battle. Well, we didn't lose connection, our opponents did, but we still got the win. So good game to Pariah, good game to our opponents More Green and Enzo Finn. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoy. This is Marshall, signing off.